What's goody, what's goody, what's goody out there, man? The homie main man, made man in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Once again, man, it's an honor and a pleasure. I repeat, an honor and a pleasure to be up on here with all of the boxing fans and the boxing fam. It's Thursday night, so you know what that means. It's our time now. Normally, y'all hear that on a Wednesday night. I know. Got tied up, man. Something that required my immediate attention, and I couldn't pull away. It was very unfortunate, and I apologize. So I want to do this show tonight, fight fans, to kind of make that up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. I got fam in the building. I got Macadon One. What up, though? What's up with you? Brother Reality in the building. Alec Cartier in the building. The homie Orlando Finney. What's up with you, man? Salute to everybody that's riding with the homie tonight, man. Chin Smoke in the building. Silver Salomon Famo 2011. What's up, Famo? And my homie all day, Lewis Coleman, is in the building. Lewis, what's up, man? Where your wrench at, man? I know I didn't wrench you up. You must on another account or something like that, man. But if that is the case, you getting this account, get one too. You know what I'm saying? All day, man. That's fam right there, man. Real talk, man. But yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about. First off, before we get up in this joint, man, and I'll be right in front of y'all in a minute. Hey, man, I've been binge watching like crazy off that hot boxing with Mike Tyson, Joe. I'm hooked right now, man. Hey, Slim, that show right there, man, I've been binge watching like all the episodes. I got to catch up, man. The one he did with Michael Buffer and their breakdown of Sugar Ray Robinson was beautiful, man. Y'all need to go watch that, man. For real, man. And the one that he did with Tyson Fury, man, I really enjoyed that one too, man. Mike be getting lifted on the show and everything, man. I'm digging at that podcast right there, man. For real, man. Right. It's like my man Lewis just say, man, as y'all on y'all way up in here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. It's Thursday night, you know what I'm saying? It's a work night or something like that, you know what I mean? But let's get into these issues, man, because we got a lot to talk about. So let me go ahead and get right in front of y'all, man. Hold on. What's goody, fight fans, man? Yeah, man. So we got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of happening's been going down in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. A lot of shit been going down in the sport of boxing. I got my homie UGC in the building. Black, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Man, we got a lot to talk about. And we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of this live stream in a few, you know what I mean? I definitely want to get into the whole, man, mental warfare game between Earl Spence Jr. and Showtime Sean Porter. We getting close, fight fans. We getting close. Do you feel it? Do you feel it in the air? We getting close. That press conference was turned. I was feeling a second of that joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready, man. So, man, we about to get right into it. But let me just say this, man. I got to click because I haven't been up on YouTube now in a couple days. You know what I mean? Lewis Coleman said, so Kenny rolled up on Dirk like, what's good? Yeah, man. Pulled up. You hear me? We're going to talk about it, man. This mental game, man. This mental warfare build up. That's the best thing about this build up to me so far is the mental warfare of it, man. But like I was just telling y'all, man, I haven't been on here in a couple days. So I want to finish where I left off at. And where I left off at was talking about my main man, Gary Russell. I need to wrap this up because I left it mid-story. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I want to go ahead and just put a bow on this present right here, and let's just get right on into it. Well, y'all know that Leo Santa Cruz now I haven't even spoken on this issue since he responded, so I'm going to make it brief. Leo Santa Cruz has now responded to Gary Russell Jr. And y'all see the video that's going around on YouTube where they asked Leo Santa Cruz, what's up, man? How do you feel about Gary Russell Jr. pulling up on your father like that? And Leo Santa Cruz got PC like a mug. Well, you know, he has to talk to my promoter. He has to call my promoter. He has to talk to my manager. The same old mumbo jumbo he's been saying since 2016. All day. So whatever. So it seems to me that Leo Santa Snooze is the PBC Employee of the Month. It's like he got to do everything lockstep. He can't do nothing. Oh, I have to check with my promoter. Man, that was the worst answer you can give. And I'm looking at the comment section and people are like, yo, Leo, you ain't even going to defend your father's honor. How you feel? Man, this is your family's honor. You ain't going to defend it? No, he has to talk to my promoter. He has the phone number. Bro, you know your man want to fight. You know he got our number. You know he in our ear. You know he want to fight. Why you breaking this down like we stupid? We know y'all share the same promoters and the same managers and networks and so on and so forth. So why you talking to us like we stupid? Just say you don't want no smoke, Leo. I mean, just say the words. And then we can all move on from this issue. Gary Russell Jr. ain't even got to speak on this no more. Oh, I have to talk to my promoter. Oh, I have to talk to Al Heyman. Oh, whatever Al Heyman wants me to do, I'll do it. You know, I'm the robot of Al Heyman. Like, yo, he's sitting there next to mama, looking like a little mama's boy, all curled up and all that little mama's boy. Leo, old mama's boy, huh? Oh, you have to go to my promoter. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Oh, man. But it is what it is, man. And clearly the man don't want no smoke. And so we know the big, everybody was out here tripping about, well, Gary Russell crossed the line and he pulling up on his father. Man, y'all see my comment section on that video? Man, Bama's going at my man Gary neck. Everybody out here, man, they talking all this street tough talk, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we gonna tie his family up. He can get his family put in the trunk. One cat kept hitting me up like somebody need to crack him over the head with a bat. I'm like, man, come on, man. Look, a lot of new age boxing fans, man, y'all gotta stop with the PC softness. You know what I mean? Like, y'all gotta stop it, bro. This is nothing. If you go back through the history of the sport of boxing, do you know some of the things that fighters have done in build-up of fights that you may consider cross the line? But then right after the fight is over, they cooler than a fan? It's build-up, bro. That's all it is. I seen Sonny Liston pull a gun out on Muhammad Ali. Pull a gun out. And then, remember, poof, had blanks in it. So y'all need to cut this out. I seen Muhammad Ali pull up on a bus in front of Sonny Liston's house with megaphones yelling at him in the middle of the night. Come on, man. Y'all need to cut this out. It's all fight build up. All of this, he crossed the line. Man, Gary ain't even thinking on them type terms, man. So I'm going to get into this quote, and I'm going to go ahead and leave this alone, man. Let me just get to this quote real quick, man. This is crazy. I can't believe people even, like, seriously thinking and considering. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man. But anyway, oh, damn, I thought I had the article pulled up. Hold on. Let's get to the right one. Why that's doing this thing, man. But Gary ain't mean nothing bad, man. It was all about the build-up. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. It's this man trying to get a fight. If Leo stopped acting like a ducker, he ain't even got to go through these drastic measures. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what Gary Russell Jr. had to say. He says, you got a lot of ignorant people out here that looked at that video and felt like I was trying to do something harmful to Leo's dad. That's completely bogus. You know, I have a ton of respect for him. I have a ton of respect for Leo. Just for us to be able to come up in the amateurs, you know, and still be at the top of our game. I have to take my hat off to his dad to get his son to the point that he is. I know his father has issues. My father actually has issues as well. My father's been diagnosed with diabetes for the last, I don't know how many years, and suffered strokes. So I completely understand the health issues and conditions that go on with both parties. But to the ignorant people in the world that thought somebody was going to do something to his dad, man, get your mind out the gutter. That was stupid. Let's make the fight happen all day. Oh, I'm going to finish it off. It wasn't me picking on an old guy. It was a thing of me picking on Leo. It wasn't me trying to pick on his dad at all, for the record. I honestly like his dad. I think he is a cool guy all day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is right there. Simple and Simon. It's all build up, fight fans. Stop getting all in. Look, man, remember what boxing is at the end of the day. This ain't the streets. This ain't your hood. This ain't none of that. You dig? I know a lot of us come from them backgrounds, and a lot of fighters do too, so we bring a lot of that into the sport. But at the end of the day, it's a sport. You know what I mean? And it's all about building up. You're talking about millions of dollars on the line, and they trying to make the pot bigger, and that's all it is. So at the end of the day, Leo's still a ducker. But of course, Gary Russell Jr. wasn't going to do nothing to that man's father. And y'all need to get up out y'all sensitive PC world with this stuff, man. For real. It's all entertainment and it's all about having fun. And we moving right along. You know what I'm saying? The next story. See if anybody got anything to say about that, man. I don't think nobody got nothing to say. I got Smitty in the building. What's up, famo? What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's as simple as that, man. So we're going to move on to the next issue. And I'm glad that Gary came out and said that so people can go ahead and calm the hell down. You know what I'm saying? All day. The next issue. I want to talk about the Comp King. The Comp King, a.k.a. the Gypsy King, a.k.a. Tyson Fury is what they call him. The Comp King. Well, the Comp King has outdid himself once again. Y'all heard the news. His fight with Otto Wallen, over half of those tickets being comped. You know what I'm saying? Bad enough that the attendance was already low, super low. What, 7,400 and something? And then you telling me 3,800 of those tickets, almost 3,800 of those tickets were comp tickets? In a 20,000 seat arena. That's what Otto Wallen and Tyson Fury did. Now, granted, it turned out to be a good-ass fight, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for real, 7,000? They say Canelo and Danny Jacobs did 16,000 in the same arena, in the T-Mobile arena. And Tyson Fury did 7. And over half of them were comp tickets. That's crazy, bruh. So I think it's safe for us to say, and let's just keep it 100. And I understand it's about dance partners, who the man fighting, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? What up, DGO? I got DGO in the building. What up, though? I get it. It's about, yeah, you got to have a dance partner. But is it safe to say, and maybe I'm jumping out the window, if Fury and Wilder does well, that Wilder's carrying that fight? Is it safe to say that at this point? Now that we see what Tyson Fury does on his own? I mean, real talk. Even when Wilder fought dudes like Bermain Stavern and did better than that. So I'm asking the question, like, is it safe to say if the numbers come back well for Wilder and Fury? Can we say it's Wilder carrying this thing? Because Fury ain't carrying nothing, especially in this country. I mean, carrying nothing. Chin Smoke says Leo should step up and fight and man up all day. Been asking for that for years, homie. Been asking for that for years. Man ain't manning up nothing. That man sitting up under his mom. He's a mama's boy. He's PBC Employee of the Month. You know what I mean? And he's a mama's boy. He's like, yeah, I'm sitting right here. Now he's all curled up, man. I'm like, man, my man Gary moving around this thing like a king. My man Gary moving around this thing like a thorough king. And my man Leo sitting on, call my promoter. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, Joe. For real. But yeah, anyway, back to the comp king. The comp king. No one can out-comp Tyson Fury right now. He is in the Guinness Book of World Records for selling comp tickets. Comp tickets. They just give them away. Get 4 Slim Jims, get a free Tyson Fury ticket. It is what it is. But I'm listening to the team of Tyson Fury, and they're alluding to the fact that he may just be ready in time for Deontay Wilder, if it happens. Because he got to go through a lot of stuff before they give him the green light. Medical examinations and all that stuff. If it happens, if they say he is good enough to fight, are we going to go into this thing with hashtag no excuses? Hashtag no excuses because he's cleared to fight and he's accepting this fight. Hashtag no. So if Deontay Wilder go in there, opens it back up, stops him, whatever the case, is fight fans going to turn around and say, oh, well, it was because of the eye. Oh, he had to cut. He couldn't see. Are we going to go down that road or are we going to give Deontay Wilder his credit? Riddle me that. I'm sure people won't give him the credit. I'm sure. Hold on one second. I want to pull something up. Because Frank Warren gave a thorough, good breakdown on everything that's supposed to happen with Tyson Fury. And he's basing it, one hand, you see Tyson Fury's team saying, cool, you know what I mean? He'll be back in time for Wilder, yada, yada, yada. But then on the other hand, Frank Warren saying it's a process. He got to go through this. He's got to go through that. So let's just read about it real quick, shall we? Now, according to, this is what I was saying about the tickets. The actual attendance figure was 7,475 and 3,898 of them were complimentary tickets. That is terrible, man. That is below terrible. That is just the worst things ever. You know what I'm saying? Terrible. But Frank Warren, the promoter of Tyson Fury, says Tyson has had his stitches out on Monday in Manchester, and now he is just at home chilling out with his family. I spoke to him, and he told me it's all good and looking great. As much as the cuts look horrific and there was a lot of blood, the cuts were quite straight lacerations. They were not jagged and they were not tear, and then they did not tear into muscle, which is a good thing. So hopefully they'll heal faster. But the only way we will know if Tyson will be ready for February 22nd, 6 or 7 weeks time, when we will see how they have healed. So, it matters. And even then the issue will be whether it has healed enough to start sparring. We know he can't spar for 2 months. If he starts sparring just before or after Christmas and the fight is on February 22nd, then he has a 7 or 8 weeks to get into camp and start sparring. So we will see. There's a lot of variables right there, fight fans. That is a lot of variables right there. So we don't know if Tyson Fury is going to make it in time or not. But his team, before Frank Warren came out and broke it down in that fashion, his team was pretty damn sure that Tyson Fury would perhaps make it back in time for the February 22nd fight with Deontay Wilder. But I want to know, are y'all going to give him excuses? Is this fight coming with a built-in excuse? I'm giving the hashtag no excuses. If the man is cleared by medical experts or whoever to say he can fight, to say he can get in there and do contact again. Fighters go into fights injured all the time, protecting cuts, all kinds of stuff that fighters do it all the time. We just talked about this not too long ago. A lot of fighters come into fights injured. I just spoke on this when Keith Thurman came out with his hand all wrapped up. I say, fighters go into fights injured. There ain't nothing new under the sun. And some of them dig deep enough to find a way to win. So are we going to give Tyson Fury an excuse if he loses to Wilder and his cut opens back up? I don't want this fight to come with no excuses, man. Real talk. I don't want nothing to come with no excuses. I got Ray-Bans in the building. What's up, famo? What up, though? What's up with you, man? What's up with you, man? Smitty Smith says it's looking like Fury fighting stiffs and getting paid. He's avoiding Deontay Wilder like a bad case of the runs all day. You know what I'm saying? We talked about this, man. Wilder already gave him an off-ramp. He told him, look, man, if you smart, you'll let me go and face Andy Ruiz if Andy Ruiz beats Anthony Joshua. Because guess what? I don't want to hear nothing about your cut, and it will open back up, and I will be targeting it. Remember, Wilder laid it all on the line. So if you smart, you'll go ahead and let your face heal. You know what I'm saying? And let me on out. If Andy Ruiz wins, let me go for undisputed. And then come back and holler at me later. You hear me, though? Rocket Strikes 89 in the building. What up, though? What's up with you, fo? Fam? You know what I'm saying? What's up with you? But yeah, man. So, I mean, hey, we'll see, man. It's coming with no excuses for me. I'm sorry, fight fans. I can't give it no excuses whatsoever. We'll see, though. We'll see. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And I think that is all we got about the Comp King. The Comp King. In the Guinness Book of World Records for selling the most comp tickets. Nobody can outsell comp tickets like Tyson Fury. If you ever have an event and you just want to give away tickets, just put Tyson Fury's name on the ticket. And you'll move all the free tickets. You'll give away all the tickets you want. Everybody want a free ticket. Hit that thumbs up for the homie, like the homie saying, man. Hit that thumbs up for me, man. It's Thursday night and we putting in work. You hear me? Come on. But, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The Comp King, enjoy. Do what you does, bruh. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And this is the last undercard issue right here before we get to the meat and potatoes. I want to talk about my main man, Bomb Squad. News has came out about possibly Bomb Squad's next fight with Luis Ortiz now not being shown on Showtime. And people are looking at it like, oh, Wilder's not that big of a star as we thought, huh? Showtime ain't trying to put that money up for Wilder and Luis Ortiz. And clearly Steven Espinoza just came out in a recent interview. Shout out to Barbershop Conversations. Fred had him on there, and he basically said, yeah, we had a chance to do it. We seen it. We took a look at it. Basically, in a nutshell, we took a look at it, and we ain't like what we seen. And, well, he ain't say we ain't like what we seen. We took a look at it, and we just refused. We didn't want to pay for it. And people are looking at this like, and I'm looking at this like, do y'all not understand what's going on? This is a beautiful situation. Do y'all not understand? This is what make Al Heyman Al Heyman. See, unlike Bob Arum, I know Al's not a promoter, but we're going to have to put him in that lane. Y'all know how it go. But unlike Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn or Duval or whoever, Al Heyman always got options. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about it. If this was, say, Top Rank would have to do with ESPN. Oh, we're not putting this fight on. Eddie Hearn, DAZN coming in, oh, we don't want this fight right here. Sky Sport, we don't want this fight right here. They got to listen. But Al can say, well, okay, cool. I'll just move them on over here to an even bigger network. And y'all don't see the genius in that. Y'all don't seem to see the genius in that. Y'all don't seem to see the genius being able to move between Showtime and Fox. To me, that's genius within itself. You got one big network saying, nah, we don't want to, but then you got another even bigger one saying, we'll take it. Yo, I mean, that's a hell of a choice to have. That's all I'm telling y'all. Y'all are not appreciating the genius of Al Heyman in this situation right here, man. For real. I mean, how many people can do that? Can Bob Arum say, all right, well, ESPN don't want to pay for Terrence Crawford versus whoever. All right, cool, I'm going to go and take them on over here to Showtime. Or cool, I'm going to go ahead and take them on over here to, Fox Sports 1, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Can he do that? Or is it one and done? You can't fight here, you don't fight nowhere. That's the beautiful thing about this situation. Y'all don't seem to understand that. That's the beautiful thing about the whole deal. This man moving between two major networks. One don't want it, the other want to take it. Now, I can understand if we was in a situation where Fox said, nah, we don't even want it. But that ain't the case. I was like, okay, cool. I got options out here, cuz. I got options. Who coming? Who throwing the biggest bag? Who? You know what I'm saying? That's options. And that's brilliant. So I hope it's on Fox. I actually maybe even like it better on Fox. You know what I mean? To be honest with you. Fox has been doing a hell of a job lately with the PBC. With these build-ups, these promotions, these face-offs, they've been doing a hell of a job. They maybe even mess around and take the spot of Showtime, man. Like, they doing a hell of a job. And I got to give them props on that, man. I ain't too cool when they be having a Goosen on there, and some of those commentators, and Mancini, I don't know if I'm a big fan of him either, you know what I mean? But for the most part, as far as how they present things and how they building up stuff, they doing a good job, especially with the football season starting. They can do so much with it, man. So this is an upgrade, in my opinion. And I don't understand how people can joke about an upgrade and say he's this and he's that when he got upgraded to a better, bigger network. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Lewis Coleman says a Fox free TV boxing match with Ortiz versus Wilder on free TV. Y'all don't think it should be pay-per-view? Hey, man. Hey, y'all the fans. Y'all the ones that should decide that. Fighters may want to take chances. I mean, it is what it is. They got to find the money somehow, some way, right? It is what it is. I mean, if y'all don't want to pay for it, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's a good, worthy fight, and I'm down to pay for it. Not to mention I'm down to support my American heavyweight champion all day. You know what I'm saying? Shit don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Ray Ban says, I got Porter. We about to talk about that. For real, though. You got Porter? Damn. I've been seeing a lot more of y'all more and more as we getting closer to the fight. A lot more Porter fans starting to eke up out the woodworks, man. For real. Lewis Coleman says, I already read that. Ezra Idea, nah, mate. The fight can't make enough, so it will be on Fox with a big price cut. It's all good, though. I mean, those things don't affect the fight fans. That's cool. It's cool. It can be. But to me, it's a bigger network. He'll be he has a bigger push. If he'll probably have just as big as a push that Showtime would have gave him. It's still a bigger network. Fox is huge. Come on, man. I mean, let's not act like they downgraded the man to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the public broadcasting system or something. You know what I mean? Like, they just downgraded them to, like, where they be playing Sesame Street and Reading Rainbow, whatever. What they used to call that channel? PBC. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like he got downgraded to, like, Channel 26. Nah, man. Come on, man. He got downgraded. He got upgraded to a bigger network. And y'all keep thinking that bag ain't there. Y'all don't know what them pay-per-view numbers are going to be doing, man. What you think about Boom Boom Mancini being a commentator? Phil Bias. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan with his up-to-date knowledge of a lot of the modern fighters. I think if you speak with Boom Boom about anything in the past, he can wow your mind. But when he comes to these modern fighters, I see him getting it wrong a lot. So I ain't really a big fan of Boom Boom, man. Not a big fan at all. You know what I'm saying? Silver Salomo 2011, main man salute. Her Showtime doesn't want to broadcast the Wilder versus Fury or Ortiz 2 fight. They came out and kept it 100. Steven Espinoza, and you know, the thing you got to appreciate with Steven Espinoza coming out talking about it is he ain't getting no, like he just put it black and white. We just don't want it. Oh, PBS. That's what I was thinking about, Pac-Man. PBS. He just came out basically like saying we just don't want it. We don't want it. What we want it? We don't want this fight. It's nothing against Wilder. We got love for Wilder. We still got a great relationship with Wilder. We'll still attempt to put on his bigger fights in the past. We just don't want it. I mean, now if we want to talk about the reason they may not want it, y'all may say, well, the reason they don't want it because they ain't gonna make no money. Because this ain't gonna be a big seller. That's what y'all may be saying. But my thing is, it's the end of the year. Budgets are low, fight fans. There's been fights all year long. Showtime has put on pay-per-views all year. It's the end of the year, so right now every dollar counts. It's like a crunch towards the end of the year. Let's talk about next year's budget. I'm sure things will change, but it's the end of the year, and this is they see this as a major risk. It is what it is, but I guarantee you that the Deontay Wilder's numbers will be 50,000 times better than Tyson Fury's numbers, and I guarantee you this is going to be a good fight between Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. Y'all counting this fight out, which I will never understand. Renee Box-Young in the building. What's up, fam? What up, though? What's up with you? What's up with you? Lewis Coleman says the Great Space Coast, the PBS Public Broadcasting System all day. Hey, Slim, I used to hate Zoobly Zoo back in the day, man. That was the scariest little fake learning show or whatever that was supposed to be, man. Like Zoobly Zoo with them dancing animals and singing animals. I used to hate that show, Joe. I used to have to walk about the room as a kid when that used to come on, man. That was the scariest that was the weirdest little show I've ever seen, bro. They was all happy animals dancing all the time. And you know what I'm saying? Man, I hated that show, bro. I ain't never liked Zoobly Zoo, man. Zoobly Zoo. Yeah, man. Rocket Strikes 89 says, I called into Barbershop Conversations Live, stamping Porter. Fred is anti-Porter, and so is a lot of his fans. Yeah, we know. You know, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, if y'all riding with Sean in this fight, man, look, man. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna knock that, bro. I can't knock it. Sean is a hell of a fighter. Matter of fact, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. All right, Bomb Squad, we'll come back to you a little later on, man. But yeah, man, y'all need to stop looking at this situation as a downgrade, bro. I look at this situation as the brilliance of Al Heyman. Hey, man, maybe Showtime don't want to pick it up as a pay-per-view deal, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's still an upgrade, and Wilder's still in the game. I mean, his team still holding them down and putting them in a real good position. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Pac-Man said, who can hate the Reading Rainbow? It was, hey, bruh, but what was you know what, though? Reading Rainbow was all right, you know what I'm saying? But my dude, I ain't never like, what was the dude? The Born dude, man. Put the sweaters on, man. Mr. Rogers, man. I ain't never, hey, bro. When I used to see that, man, I was a kid in the hood. So when we seen Mr. Rogers, man, we just looked at him as this, like, old dude, man, that was just born as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it was, that used to come on that show, man, put all the kids to sleep. Man, I hated that show too, man. It was a lot of them shows on PBS I ain't like, man. I was a Saturday morning cartoon type kid. Voltron, G.I. Joe, Silverhawks. What was it back in the day? Remember the Silverhawks? Transformers. That was my type of thing, man. I couldn't get down with a lot of those learning shows, man. They was born as hell, man. But let's get to the Sean Porter versus Earl Spence Jr. talk. Now, this is the meat and potatoes of this video, so let's dig right all the way in. As y'all can see from the title of this video, man, we're going to talk the mental game of this fight. The mental game of this fight has been oozing through both of these fighters. And, you know, when you think about this situation, right, you think of how the mental game between these two has advanced. You know, it originally started out, right? The charge from Earl Spence Jr. to Sean Porter, he wasn't authentic. Remember Sean Porter coming out trying to hype up everybody, get them all involved. So Earl started charging, it wasn't real. That's not Sean. It ain't authentic. Even fight fans started to take notice. That's not Sean. It's not authentic. And so that was the first charge of mental war. That was the first shot, if you will, shot by Earl Spence Jr. And then it developed into Sean didn't want the fight. The fight only happening because I wanted this fight. Sean didn't want the fight. He just here for the payday. And that was the second shot by Earl Spence Jr. And then it started to affect Sean. So Sean had to shoot back. And where did we go from there? First thing that Sean started to talk about was Earl Spence Jr.'s weight. Oh, just make sure you make weight. Remember Earl Spence Jr. walking around all big right before he started slimming down? Oh, make sure you make weight. When Sean is the only one between these two that have it as missed weight in a fight. Earl has never missed weight. Sean has. But at the end of the day, this was Sean's line of attack. He started hitting Earl on the weight issue, and it started to affect him a little bit. I even spoke on this in videos. Earl started to get his feathers a little ruffled a little bit by that weight talk. Something about that weight talk Earl just didn't like. So this developed into Earl taking shots at Sean Porter's popularity. He couldn't fill a family dinner. His last fight, nobody showed up. Sean doesn't have a fan base. He doesn't have a true fan base. All of these things started to come from Earl Spence Jr. This was another shot by Earl Spence Jr. This then put Sean on defense. Sean started running around telling everybody who would listen that he knows all of these celebrities. LeBron James, Eddie Murphy, everybody gonna be in the building for Showtime, Sean Porter. That's how Sean was trying to tell it. Oh, I know this celebrity. I know that celebrity. Oh, they coming because of me. That was Sean on defense. Earl had him. And then Sean came back with another shot. He started to charge Earl with the fact that he can't box. Which we all thought, well, he's an Olympian. How you gonna say that, bro? I mean, he had a good amateur career. What are you talking about? Sean started to charge him with, you can't box. You can box, Earl? Huh? You can box? You can box, Earl? Remember that? Earl I don't think that was a strong shot because the track record of Earl Spence Jr. and, you know, his achievements in his amateur career and him being an Olympian and the whole nine like that, making the Olympic, like these things made fight fans go, do Sean know what Earl did back in the day before he made it pro? It is what it is. But then Earl came back with a double barrel shotgun, pow, sawed off. And he's crushing Sean with this one right here. Sean Porter is a dirty fighter. And this got Sean all over the place. This got Sean explaining himself. I'm not dirty. What are you talking about? I beat Usyk. I beat Andrade. What are you talking about? I had a great amateur career. I can box. You see what I did to Ugas? Sean don't know how to respond to this one. This is the one. I seen the press conference. Earl Spence Jr. saying Sean fights like a dude that's swimming and that's drowning. He is hammering this point all the way home. And it's affecting Sean because Sean is going above and beyond to explain and tell everybody, Slim, I can box. I can box. Will that affect Sean going into this fight? Will Sean go in there and try to prove to the world that he can box like he tried to show us against Udanis Ugas? Will it affect him? That was a mean shot by Earl because that one really sunk in on Sean Porter. Now, all Sean is coming back with today was, well, you didn't stop Mikey Garcia. And I've seen fight fans even charge Earl Spence Jr. with not being able to stop Mikey Garcia. So how the hell you going to stop Sean Porter? That's how people thinking. Forgetting this man's record. Forgetting this man's knockout percentage. So he's saying you didn't stop Mikey. I think Mike being dominated, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a good showing for me. When a fighter dominates another fighter, it's just as good as a KO for me, especially a whitewash. And it's funny because Earl Spence said, yo, Sean, you never dominated no fighter. You've never dominated no fighter. At least no elite fighter. He's dominated the Paulies of the world, the DeBertos of the world. But has he ever dominated an elite dude? If that's the case, Earl, you've never dominated an elite fighter. Was Lamont elite at that point? Lamont Peterson wasn't elite. Kale was elite, but you didn't dominate Kale. So, that charge can be held both ways. He said, you ain't never dominate nobody, Sean. I say, damn. That can be going both ways, though. So these have been a series of mental shots that these two have been shooting at each other in the whole build-up of this fight. And I love it. Some may be right, some may be wrong. But some hit harder than others. Sean laid his blows in the mental game. Earl laid his blows. Some of them were some real strong blows. And now in this mental game, it's being also felt by the trainers. Before we get to the trainers, I'm going to go ahead and get to some of y'all comments, man. Let's see. Hey, man, say, who can hate Reading Rainbow? Hey, man, I never liked it, man. I'm Reading Rainbow, I said it was cool. No, that was a cool show. Yeah, let's see. Renee Box Young says, real talk, though. Sean is going to bring that work, though. All day. Ray-Ban say, let's go Porter. Hey, man, my man pulling for Porter. I was wondering if I was going to get anybody in the comment section to say they pulling for Porter. I think Ray-Ban's is like the first or the second. I want to say the second. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man says, Wilder on Fox is an excellent thing. They have been showing him a lot of love on PBC on Fox all day. It's a beautiful thing. More households, more homes, more eyeballs. And actually more sports fans as opposed to Showtime fans. So that's even better too. Showtime is not like a niche in the sports market. You know, they're just a broadcasting stir. They show everything. They like HBO was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they've been in the game long. Yeah, they got the biggest pay-per-views, don't get me wrong. But true sports, you will have more sports fans, I believe, on the Fox network than you would on Showtime. I mean, truth be told, I think. Hey, Lewis Coleman says, He-Man and the Super Friends all day. That was the joint, son. That was the joint. Hey, Voltron was number one, though. There was no 80s cartoon better than Voltron. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Do y'all know how much an original Voltron action figure goes for online? Man, I could sell that thing for stacks. You hear me? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk in the building. Salute, famo. What's up with you, man? What's up with you? Ezra Idea says, Earl ain't knocked out no one. Brooke won nearly every round till that injury. I agree with you. But the fact is, he's never dominated an elite fighter. The same charge he charged on Sean Porter. Never did it. And let's see, man. Pac-Man says, Derek face when asked about him training with a blindfold. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Now, let's get to the trainers. Derek James and Kenny Porter. What is going on with these two? At first, when I heard Derrick James' comments about saying that his father treats his son like trash, I was like, nah, man, come on, you going too far, Slim. You know what I'm saying? I was even starting to feel some kind of way, like, damn, how you gonna tell that man that he treat his son like trash? You telling the world that. But then I thought about it. Kenny hit below the belt on Derrick first. Bro, you think about what Kenny said. Think about it in this fashion. What is Earl Spence Jr.'s biggest pro accomplishment? The fact that he beat Kell Brook and became the IBF world champion, right? Well, Kenny Porter attempted to take that away from Derrick James. He's attempting to rob Derrick James of all of the credit that he should be rightfully getting for the progression of Earl Spence Jr. And Derrick feels some kind of way. He like, hold up, bro. This is like my best life work. This me and this kid been together for so long, and we done so many things, and you gonna think you gonna swoop in and get any sort of credit? So this lets Derrick start hitting below the belt. First I was like, what is Derrick top, man? How you going to? Nah. He like, though, this dude is literally trying to rob me of my best accomplishments. He's saying that Kenny Porter wants relevance. Relevance. What did he say? I got him in a quote here. Derrick James says, he was told by other coaches while Earl was preparing for the amateur championships. Kenny Porter said, why does my son have to spar him all the time? So he trying to make Kenny look like, yo, you wasn't really much of a factor, and you was scared of your son getting in the ring with Earl when Earl was preparing for the amateur championships. He ain't going to let Kenny come in there and rob him of his shine. He ain't going to do it. And he's supposed to stand on that. This is this man's biggest accomplishment, Earl Spence Jr. He even told Sean Porter in that interview with Fight Hub, you need to come on over here and talk to me. I even had a conversation recently with some of the brothers, man, on another channel, and I was telling them, like, yo, man, you know, people thought that Derrick James was trying to hog up more the screen time now. Like, he's trying to play the cameras too much. He's doing too much talking about himself, people thinking. Derrick got a gym now. You see Derrick getting the other fighters now. He had a brand too. And he is not going to allow a dude like Kenny Porter to take away some of his biggest accomplishments when he's trying to get his brand up off the ground with his new gym and attract other fighters. I'm just saying. Smitty Smith says, oh, damn, hold on. Kell Brook is such in a good position. Brook needs to come out of the closet or stay in. Spence may stop Porter in the 10th because I see uncertainty in Porter by his body language and talk. I hear that. Yo, I'm doing a prediction tomorrow after the weigh-in. Come on through. We doing a special live stream for the prediction tomorrow. So come on through. We're gonna do a final prediction, put the nail in the coffin, and I'm gonna break it down exactly who I think will win and how I think they're gonna win. I've yet to tell y'all who I believe will win this fight. Some people believe that I think Porter's gonna win. Some people believe that I think Earl's gonna win. I'll let y'all know tomorrow. It was a tough one. I had to break it down, but it was tough. Rocket Strike says Spence comments ain't bothering Sean. Those comments are mediocre at best. Broner's shit talking was more damaging than Spence. I believe Sean thinks Spence is dumb when he speaks. Yeah, I mean, hey, Spence been getting, you know what I'm saying, far as the build up and like far as getting the zingers. You see, look at this picture. That's Earl Spence Jr. laughing. Because that's when Sean Porter had hit him with a zingo on that show right there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I ain't never seen Earl smiling and laughing so much in the build-up ever. He got caught a couple times on camera like, oh, y'all gonna ask me something like that for real? Oh, okay. And that's the look you get from Earl when they ask him or they put him on the spot like, why y'all asking me something like that? You know what I'm saying? That's the look you get right there. He been laughing all the time in this build-up. La La D in the super chat. Thank you, fam. Much love to you, La La D. Salute, main man. And chat, I got Spence all day. Salute to La La D. I'm doing my final prediction tomorrow. Y'all got to be up in here, man. I'm going to make this call, man. And I hope I make the right call, but I'm going to make the call. You know what I'm saying? Lewis Coleman says, Derrick interview with Ellie Setback was a weird Derrick. Seems like his elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. You know Derrick, man, took a lot of punches. You know what I mean? You know how that go. Pac-Man says Derrick James talking about knocking Kenny Porter out if he acts crazy after Sean Porter gets knocked out. Yeah, man, I think that's all theatrics, man. Them two ain't gonna fight, man. They know what's at stake here, Joe. Hey, be honest with you though, I'd be down to see it. I mean, Kenny usually stay in good shape from training Sean and all that. And Dirk stays, you see Dirk getting in shape now. He in fight shape now, look like. I wouldn't mind seeing them two go down for real, truth be told. I'll be down to watch that. I watched that before I watched that KSI versus Paul Logan dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watched that all day. I watched that all day. Rocket Strikes 89 says Dirk James can feel how he wants. But if what Kenny is saying is true, then he needs to shut up. See, it's like, this whole tug and pull about who has a better relationship with Earl Spence and who helped them the most. Like, I mean, I was listening to Earl Spence Jr. father, you know what I'm saying, in a recent interview. And he was saying that, look, man, Kenny was there. Just like all the saying was saying. Kenny was there, but Kenny was one of many. Kenny wasn't there on his own. There was like, Kenny may have worked the mitts or worked the pads or something like that. Kenny was one of many. And you heard Dirk James go into, yo, man, I was in the amateurs, and you see a lot of coaches. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like I told you, I think I side more with Dirk James on this situation. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. I think I side with Dirk James a little because I don't like the fact that Kenny trying to rob Dirk of all his hard work neither. He trying to, then, I told him at the Kell Brook fight to go after him, and that's when he went after him, and he got him out of there. Like, he looked at me in the eye. He glanced over, and we had a moment while I was sitting in the audience. I looked at Earl, and Earl looked at me, and I nodded my head, and I said, go after him, Earl. And Earl, through telekinesis, like he Professor X or somebody, heard me in his head, and he went in there, and he went after Kell Brook. What the hell is wrong with Kenny Porter? Not giving Dirk James no credit that he took that kid into the backyard of a world champion across the water. Not giving Dirk James no credit that he got that kid ready. Waiting all, changing time zones and everything. And I ain't think that was cool. Now, I don't think it was cool what Dirk James said about him treating his son like trash and all of that. We all know that, man. Look, man, Dirk got to understand what Kenny has done with Sean. What Kenny has done with Sean made Sean who he is. Now, I don't want to go too far into it. A whole father-son relationship, how he made Sean a multimillionaire, how he led Sean through an illustrious boxing career. You know what I'm saying? How Sean Porter's now fighting to become a unified world champion, and you can give a lot of credit to Kenny Porter. So I mean, the same way I would never take nothing away from Dirk James and Earl Spence, you can't take nothing away from Kenny and Sean Porter. But I can understand what Dirk James doing. He like, you coming at me in my relationship with my fighter, I'm coming at you in your relationship with your fighter. The mental game, the mental warfare, fight fans. It's now going down. It's not only going down with the fighters, but it's going down with the trainers. I can't wait for this fight. Fight fans. I can't wait. Ronnie Boy Fresh in the building. What up, famo? What's up with you? Man, I can't wait for this fight. Smitty Smith, whoever you choose, man, you still fam. Great channel. Much love, fam. Much love all day. All day. We here to have fun, man. That's all. Some of us get it right, some of us get it wrong. But I'm going to break it down tomorrow all day. Glitch Realm says, I lost money betting with Porter against Thurman. Earl will eat Thurman right now. Maybe. You might be right about that. You might be wrong. I don't know. He might eat Thurman right now. We don't know. We just don't know. They never fought. Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh, he says Dirk James is the new Abel Sanchez. Man, Dirk out there, man. Hey, man, don't sleep on Kenny, man. Kenny look like he got some hands too, bruh. Kenny look like, man, look, he ain't running away from no Dirk James, man. You know what I mean? Kenny the only trainer I seen in boxing that when him and Sean doing mitts, he be having his bare hands out like wanting to show everybody, yeah, we don't use mitts, you know what I mean? I use the bare hands, you know what I'm saying? Every time you see him and Sean working out, he be hitting the junk with his hands. All right, Kenny, you the man. All right, you the only idiot trainer that don't want to use mitts, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I mean? Ronnie Boy Fresh says, all I know is if Spence Jr. don't look good Saturday and Charlo don't get that belt back, he is getting his walking papers from Man Down and Lines Only Promotions. So you think they in business with Charlo, man, only because of his name? Yeah, we'll see. And this is something that's been talked about a lot, man. Dirk James, a lot of people, they was comparing him to Robert Garcia. And I think that the argument makes sense to me. When you look at trainers, and I don't want to take nothing away. He's a good trainer, but he's got one fighter. You know what I'm saying? You can never compare Derrick James to a trainer that's trained multiple world champions. I mean, and groomed multiple world champions in Robert Garcia. Derrick got one fighter. And I'm sorry, two, Charlo. But Charlo just lost. So technically he got one really good fighter right now. One great fighter. So I think time will tell, man. We can't say that right now, man. We can't say that. We can't say that, man. Renee Box Young says, I see Spence is in Porter's head big time, man. Hey, he crushing him with this "you a dirty fighter" thing. That's what I was trying to tell him, Renee Box. When Earl Spence shot the shot of telling Sean Porter, "you a dirty fighter," that one stuck. See, we ran through earlier about all of the mental warfare they've been doing. A lot of them came, they stuck for a minute, and they fell off, and he was on to the next issue. But this one right here is sticking to Sean. And I wonder, is it going to play out in the fight? It played out in the Ugas fight. Sean was a boxer. Man, look, he had something to prove in that fight, too. There was a lot of criticism on Sean being a dirty fighter then, too, especially since he was coming off that Berto fight. There was a lot of criticism, he's a dirty fighter. So he went in there with something to prove, and he wanted to box. I thought he got outboxed. So I wonder, is he going to go into this fight with that same thing? Is Earl Spence Jr. keep telling him he's a dirty fighter? Will this force Sean to try to box? I truly believe Earl going to do what Earl's going to plan on. Whatever him and Derrick worked out, that's what he going to do. That's just the type of fighter that he is. As for Sean, it's unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get. You just don't know what you're going to get. And, I'm going to tell you, and I brought this up before too, and I want to definitely speak on this. What makes this fight so interesting for me, in another way, is that you literally got a fighter in Earl Spence going against his old trainers. Barry Hunter, Kenny Porter, and as well as an old foe or somebody that's in the way. Like, he's beating his old hierarchy of trainers. That's big. He's not only giving a victory for himself, he's giving a victory for his coach. And he's really separate. All that shit that Kenny Porter talking about, Earl is separating himself from all of that. Once I beat you and Sean, you can't sit back and take credit for nothing because my coach, Derrick James, beat you. And I beat your fighter. At this point, we're totally separate. Don't go and speak on me no more. Don't go around telling everybody, oh, yeah, you taught me this and you taught me that. Because you couldn't teach it to your son. That's going to be big, bruh, if this man wins. That's going to be big. I'm telling y'all, Joe. That's, to me, serious. That's big talk, man. Beating your old trainers. I don't think deep down Earl wants to give Kenny nearly as much credit as he give himself. So if Earl beat him, that's big for me, bro. That's big. That's big. Rocket Strikes 89 says, I don't believe Kenny is taking credit. He said himself that Earl was already nice by the time he coached Earl. And he said Earl lost twice in the Olympics, so I don't think he want to take that credit. Nah, man, I do. Nah, I hear what you're saying, Rocket Strikes. Kenny is way fascinated with Earl Spence. Like, even with Barry, you heard what Barry Hunter said. Barry was like, look, if I wasn't coaching Sean, I'd be coaching Earl. Period. If it's either Sean, if I wasn't with one, I'd be with the other. And it's like that with Kenny too. And I ain't saying that I ain't going as far as a lot of people saying that he envious. Like he want to be Derrick James. He rather have some people going as far as like, he want to have Earl Spence as his son opposed over to Sean. Like that's way out there. I ain't saying like that. I'm saying that he does. I think he feels as though he has a piece in building and making Earl Spence somehow, some way. You got to listen to his talk, man. And he really feels inside of himself he had a major hand in developing Earl Spence Jr. one way or another. You know what I mean? And Derrick don't want to give him that kind of credit. But Derrick is also wondering, why are you coming out speaking about it? Like Derrick said, man, Earl had trainers before me and Kenny. And you don't see them coming out speaking about this, saying, oh, I'm the reason that he's XYZ. I agree with that, man. Those are proper points in my opinion. Those are proper points. Now, I think Kenny did this on purpose. I don't think Kenny has always spoke highly of Earl. It's not like just for this fight, but I think Kenny is going as far as he's going with this fight on purpose. And I think this is to try to affect Derrick James and knock him off his game. It's mental warfare. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. Pac-Man says, man, you betting all day. All day. I'll be a fool not to bet on Sean Porter. All day. I'm definitely sending money for this fight. Man, you betting on this, and did you hit up the West Virginia casino? All day. You did give me that heads up, Pac-Man. Appreciate it. Because it's, what I was going, the measures that I was taking to have to put money on these fights, it was a headache. You made it much more easier, homie, all day, and I appreciate that. Ronnie Boy Fresh, Derrick James can't touch no damn Robbie Garcia at all. I don't know why they even mentioning them two in the same sentence. You can't put a guy that got, that's like, and a lot of people always talk about this with Floyd Sr. But he had Oscar De La Hoya, and he had a couple other fighters. But, Floyd is his claim to fame. That's his number one prize. Well, at least definitely for Roger. You know what I'm saying? Big Faces Worldwide, salute, fam. Digging the content all day. Salute, Big Faces Worldwide. Salute to you, homie. I appreciate that love right there. Lala D says, that's Porter's fault. He flaunted his dirtiness at their last press conference. Yeah. But I think it affects him. There's a reason Earl keeps speaking on that. It affects him. And Earl is smart to keep banging that drum. That is the one thing I seen zing Sean Porter harder than anything Earl said about him this whole buildup. This dirty fighter jazz. When he told that man, yo, you fight like a swimmer that's drowning. Sean Porter like, I'm a world champion. I don't want you trying to make me look like I'm some amateur in these streets. I want you to know that I'm a champion. And the fans need to know that. Earl ain't letting that. He letting everybody know you're a dirty fighter. He said, what, you a in-shape street fighter? That's what he called him, an in-shape street fighter. Damn. That's degrading to you as a boxer. As a fighter that practices the sweet science, you ain't in MMA. You a boxer. So to a dude who practices the sweet science to say that you are in-shape street fighter, that means your craft is garbage. Your craft is trash. You have no craft. You're a lucky dude. You a Kimbo Slice. He calling you a Kimbo Slice. Rest in peace to Kimbo Slice. But that's what he calling you. That's degrading to a boxer, especially to a world champion. You know what I'm saying? All day. All day. Let's see here, man. Renee Bachchung says, look, if Spence smashes Porter, I see Spence in domination of the division, though. Still got Bud. But if you must be basically telling me, Renee, that you think Spence is definitely going to beat Bud. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what Keith. I don't think Keith is. I don't even want to see Keith get in there right now, man. After seeing Keith on that stage looking like, yo, man, he been eating too damn good. My man ain't even had no neck, shorty. Like, my man neck was gone. He had his hand wrapped up in there. My man neck was gone. Like, he was about to bust up out that suit, Joe. I was like, man, my man Keith, man. It's not the time, bro. Keith ain't going to be ready. That's for sure. Rocket Strikes 89 says, all I have to say is that Earl better not lose this fight, because if he does, he is literally going to be fooled. Danny going to call him out next. Bro, if Earl Spence Jr. loses this fight, my goodness, bro, it's just going to be brutal, dog, the next day. It's going to be brutal. I'm not even going to tell y'all the road I'm going to go down, but it's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? Because so much is expected of Earl. And I know fight fans might be like, the Earl Spence Jr. fans might be like, that's a little unfair. Bruh, this man had way too much hype. He got, if he the truth, this will show it right here. What the level of hype that Earl Spence fans has given him, he's got to deliver. And I'm not one of them cats that say he got to knock him out. I don't think he got a domination does very well for me. I'm the kind of cat that I'm cool with domination. I like dominations. Dominations are cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dominations are right up there with KOs, in my opinion. A 12-round domination on a world champion, that's a beautiful performance. So I'm good with that. We'll see, man. Earl says he'll be disappointed if he doesn't stop Sean Porter. He'll be disappointed. We'll see. He says he's done strength and conditioning for this fight. He's done strength and conditioning. He said he didn't do it for the Mikey fight. He's doing it for this fight. We'll see. The statement, man, I can't. Boy, the Sunday after this fight, when everybody's alcohol wear off, when we talking with a clear head, because I know I'm gonna be Saturday night. But on Sunday when everyone when you let it sink in, I can't wait to see what statement is going to be made from the winner of this fight. That's going to be something to see. That's going to be something to see. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh says it's going to be some YouTube channels shutting down all day. Oh man, they're going to go into hiding, bruh. Well, I'm supposed, and I still support them. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm supposed to support. If you're a Texas native, I understand though. I will say that. If you're a Texas native, I'm cool with it. My thing is all of the fans outside of Texas. Y'all the ones that's gonna have to answer to this. Y'all really the ones that gonna have to. Texas got to ride with Texas, just like I'm gonna always ride with the DMV. But everybody outside of Texas got some explaining to do. But if he doesn't, if there's like I told y'all, that's the flip side is Earl. He comes out of this thing looking good, number 1 in the welterweight division, and I'll be the first one to say it all day. Smitty Smith says, look, bro, I dig Sean Porter because this is a fight that you love to hate. I'm seeing too much low-key respect in the Porter team, especially from Kenny, uncertainty. And see, and that's it's good to respect your opponent because you know what your opponent, the type of level of opponent that you're facing. But the type of fight that Sean want to fight, he got to go in there and really not really respecting Earl. Like he's talking about he want to go right at Earl. Like he going to make him uncomfortable for all of the fight. Well, you can't go in there with no respectable attitude like y'all cool in the game. Nah, bro, you gotta talk it like you gonna fight it. And we'll see. I don't know. I mean, show the respect after the fight. We all know at the end of the day they know each other. We all know that the man father at one time was some sort of assistant coach with Earl. So they got history. They know each other. I'm sure behind the scenes they probably cooling in the fan. But show that after the fight. Not right now. Right now, y'all should be at each other's throats. Y'all can shake and make up later. After one of y'all become a unified champion all day. Lala D says, I don't see a KO either. Stoppage or a 12-round ass whooping all day. All day. And I'm good with that. Like I told you, I'm good with that. But a KO, I don't see a KO. So if a KO happens, then that means I'm giving that person that much more credit. That means I'm going to put that person on a much bigger pedestal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting a KO for whoever I believe that's going to win. I'm going to tell y'all straight like that. I'm not expecting a KO. So if a KO happens, whether it be Sean Porter KO and Earl or Earl KO and Sean, I'm propping them up. I'm keeping it a buck. I'm propping them up, and I'm giving them the credit they deserve. But they got to show me. Got to show me. Renee Box Young says, Big Man, a source recently claimed that Bud's relative shared with him that Bud is going to retire at the end of 2020 if he don't get the Spence fight. Wow. That's big. That's big. I haven't heard that, but man, he probably frustrated at that point. Like, he took it up to 4'7", Bud up there in age. He probably frustrated. Like, what else? I ain't going to 54. The rest of them ain't going to fight me. Danny don't want to fight me. I got the most history with him. He don't want to fight me. Probably frustrated. And I know by that time, his deal with ESPN should be up. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? Lala D says, if Porter gets really wild, it's going to be so interesting to see how Spence answers it all day. And that's what I'm saying. So many answers in this fight. I can't. Everybody say they want to see Earl uncomfortable. Bum rush. Fighting an elite fighter. Here it is. Everybody says Sean is an average champion. He ain't all of this. He ain't all of that. He ain't this. He's a dirty fighter. He fights wild. He smothers his punches. And I'm going to get into the in-ring strategy tomorrow, fight fans. The reason, when I do my predictions, I always break down how both of these fighters fight and what I think they're going to do in the ring. And then I'll give my prediction who I believe going to win. So I don't want to get too much in the styles. But a lot of people say that about Sean. So if he wins, you got to give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him his credit. Gotta give him his credit, man. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, Smitty Smith says, Earl can pretty much fight Sean the way he fought Mikey and secure a win. That'd be impressive. If he can outbox him for 12 rounds, man, I'm good with it. I don't see Sean fighting nowhere near like Mikey fought. At least I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt with that. I don't see him going in there to survive. I don't see him going in there to stay away and to stay up in the high guard and not take risks like that. I don't see it. I see Sean, if he falls too far on these cards, he going to probably get desperate. And he going to really start swinging for the fences. I think Sean, that's what I think. I think Sean is going to take way more risk than Mikey. I think he's going to press Earl way harder than Mikey did. Way harder. I'm telling you. Ronnie Boy says, Slim, you're not going to see no real action till about the 6th round. Backyard Porter is going to play the short game. Oh, okay. So you think he going? Barry Hunter, man. The one thing that he brought to the Danny Garcia fight for Sean Porter was the fact that he told Sean Porter how he showed him what Lamont Peterson did to Danny Garcia, and that was switch it up mid-fight. Lamont waited too late to switch it up. He started switching it up in like the 8th round. And that's exactly what Sean Porter did to Danny Garcia. Brought him for one half, boxed him for the other half, threw his rhythm off, right? And everyone knows that is the blueprint to beating Danny Garcia. You just throw his rhythm off. Mauricio Herrera was the one that laid that blueprint originally down in Puerto Rico. And he showed everybody if you switch tempos and switch the style of fight that you fighting on Danny Garcia, this is how you beat him. And it was Barry Hunter who did the same thing with Lamont Peterson that brought that into the Danny Garcia. Well, Barry Hunter's going to be in this camp. One thing I got to give Barry Hunter, man, he studies. He watches a lot of these fighters that he came up with. And he know them very well. Now, they've progressed since he's been coaching them, of course. But he know them. And he going to give Sean a good game plan, or at least assist with the game plan. I think they're going to look to go in there and mix it up the same way. I think sometimes they're going to try to box Earl, and sometimes they're going to try to brawl Earl. But there's no way in hell that Sean is going to attempt to brawl Earl for 12 straight rounds. That I don't see. I just don't see it. I think Sean will, for one, he'll start to slow down. And if he starts to slow down too much, he'll get beat up. So it's no way he's going to bum rush Earl for 12 straight rounds. You know what I'm saying? No way. Lala D says, honestly, a KO would shock me. Me too. Lala D says it's Smitty Smith, but Mikey was just a steel body. Porter is going to be bobbing and weaving all day. That's what I'm saying. Porter ain't going to go in there standing still. Porter going to be trying to try so many different things. My question that I've been asking a lot of fight fans, if Porter's rushing style doesn't work, what should be his plan B? Of course, you would say he will have to box. Can he outbox Earl Spence Jr.? If Porter's plan A don't work, man, I think he goes to no man's. I don't see him outboxing Earl. I'm going to be honest with you. But we'll see. Ronnie Boy says, I've been saying that Bud was going to retire in 2020. And that's Bud's #1 fan right there. That's Bud's #1 fan. Ronnie Boy Fresh going to know. Trust and believe. You know what I mean? He going to know. He said he been saying it. I don't know, man. Bud want that Spence fight, man. It's no way that neither man can leave that division or retire without fighting each other, Joe. That'd be the biggest stain on their legacy ever. At that point, it would look like even if Earl became unified, it's just that story gonna be told to the day he retires. Or he ducked Bud. They gotta make it happen, Joe. I've been hearing talk to the contrary. I've been hearing that both sides are definitely in talking, and they're gonna make this fight next year, from what I've been hearing and from what I've been seeing. So we'll see. Lala D says, I would love to see Bud versus Brook. We all wanted to see it. Brook talked that fight up and gave us nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then they talk about him and Khan. Like somebody really care about that damn fight. Nobody watching that fight, man. Ronnie Boy Fresh says, I'm betting a split decision. Or, hey, on who though? Split decision on Earl? Or split decision on Sean? Man, y'all better put some money on Sean. Y'all see them odds, man? Them odds looking good. Man, put $100 on Sean, man. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, a couple $100, whatever you can afford, put it on Sean. I'm telling you. If you can, whatever you can afford to lose if you lose, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a hell of a come up if you win. Rocket Strike says Porter's stamina is better than Earl's. We have no evidence of Spence being pushed that hard while still carrying power and stamina. That's what I'm saying. But this fight answers those questions. And if he passes, I'm telling y'all fight fans, you got to give it credit. I feel you. I think Porter's, but they both got good stamina. I can't recall a fight that neither one of them really tired out. And Porter does, you can say Porter may have the better stamina because he exudes more energy, the stuff that he does. But Earl's stamina pretty damn good too, Joe. He stopped fighters late. Kale took that knee in what was that, the 11th? I don't know, what was that the 11th, right? Yeah, Kale took that knee. Man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. We'll see, man. We'll see. Man, Orlando Finney in the super chat. Thank you, family. I appreciate that, famo. Much love to my brother, Orlando Finney, all day. That's fam right there. That's fam all day. Lala D says, I see no action at rounds 2 to 3. Spence is going to get warmed up quickly and push the fight, I think. Yeah, I can see them filling each other out a lot, but I don't see no action in round one. Rounds 1 to 3, that's a good match. I can say I agree with that, Lala D. Rounds 1 to 3, I think it's still gonna be all filling out. After that, game plans are going to be laid out from that point on down. Everybody's going to be both fighters are going to be testing their game plans after that third round and seeing what works and what doesn't work. That's when the risk gonna start happening. I agree with you 100%. I think them first couple rounds all fill out rounds, But once one of them get that rhythm and they see once they find out what's gonna work, that's when the fight starts right there. That's when the fight starts. Rocket Strike says, I'm telling you, Slim, y'all are reading too much into Sean. That dude don't give a damn about trash talk. Been there, done that. That he rather show Bammers in the ring. Oh, okay. That's just not his thing. I got you. They used to say that about Earl. That wasn't his thing. He wouldn't talk. He wouldn't open his mouth. They used to say the same thing about Earl. But look at him. Now he big trash talking now. You know what I mean? Sean ain't never been that way. I will agree with that. Sean always had like this good guy image, good guy persona, family man type dude. You know, you don't hear nothing bad about Sean. You know, clearly he was raised right by his father. So I mean, I'm with you there. That ain't usually Sean. He got a pay-per-view to sell now though. So he got a pay-per-view to sell. If you don't want to do that for your regular fights, I got it. But far as from a pay-per-view standpoint, I mean, come on, man. You got to sell it. You got to move units. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy Fresh in the super chat. Thank you, family. Much love to you, homie. Much love. Bud only wants 3 fights. Spence, Prograis, and Danny Swift Garcia. I love every last one of those fights, bruh. Damn, I love it. In that particular order, well, actually, I like to go Spence, Danny, then maybe Prograis. You know what I'm saying? Give Prograis some time to get up to the class and get used to that weight class. You know what I mean? But, yo, yeah, hey, that's a good look right there, man. Let's just hope they all get in the ring because everybody you name is on the, well, except Prograis, operate on that PBC side. Let's just hope, man. Let's just keep our fingers crossed, Joe. I don't put nothing past today's boxes, man. But that's the way he want to go. If Bud go out with those 3 in the Hall of Fame all day, if he get 2 of those 3 Hall of Fame, he gets Spence and Danny Hall of Fame if he wins all day. Those are Hall of Fame worthy fights right there. I think that gets him into the Hall. If he gets 2 of those 3, Ronnie Boy Fresh, that get him in the Hall, man. That get him in the Hall. Lala D says Earl gains stamina while his opponents fade. He gets strong as the fight goes on. That's what I was telling earlier. Y'all can't count out no Earl from his stamina, man. That dude ain't never showed no signs of getting tired in the fight. This dude has been going strong. I mean, like he stopped fighters late. I don't know where y'all getting that he don't carry his power thing from, Joe. I know y'all may be going off that Mikey fight. Look, man, y'all can't just keep reading too far into that Mikey fight. I mean, y'all can. I truly, like I told y'all before, I think if he was started doing what he did in roughly about the 8th round, if he'd started that in about the 5th round, Mikey would have been gone. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I got Red Rook Davies in the house. What's up, homie? What's up, fam? Hey, bro, good to find you live all day. Good to have you up in the building, man. Good to have you up in the building. Low Blow Champ says, Porter don't get as reckless now if there's danger. You see how scared he was to go in on Ugas. Ugas had an answer for him, Joe. Ugas had an answer at every turn for Sean. He was counter-punching. He was out-countering Sean, out-boxing Sean. He had an answer at every turn. If y'all don't think Earl watching that fight, he's studying that fight, Joe. Trust and believe. He is studying that fight because Ugas stood his ground. I mean, Ugas was trying to wave Sean in, and that's why Kenny says, well, he couldn't barely hit Sean. That's why we told Sean to box because clearly he wanted to get into that type of fight with Sean, and we wasn't going to give him what he wanted. We wanted to let him know this is our ring. You fight according to what we want you to fight to. You don't even wave us in and we come in taking chances. I thought Ugas clearly outboxed him, though. I'm sorry, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. Low Blow Champ says, but Spence will come get you if you ain't forcing the issue. Yeah, he will. I've seen Spence walk him down, but I don't think he fights nearly as good off the back foot. When Brook backed Spence up is when he had the best shots of the fight. He actually hurt Earl in that fight. And it was because he put Earl on the back foot. That's why I keep asking y'all. If Sean go in there off his half back, you know what I'm saying, off his refrigerator purr, trying to rush up in there, you know what I mean? Like, if he go in there with that style, and if it is effective, and it puts Earl on the back foot, we got a different fight? We got a different fight? But if Earl comes in there sturdy enough, and looking at his physique this time around, he is looking a little more chiseled than he did in the Mikey fight. If he comes into this fight sturdy, strong, and Sean can't move him, then what? NY Jefferson in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? Best boxing show on YouTube. Keep doing your thing, main man, all day. You know it. You know it. Much love. Appreciate you being up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Lala D says, so Bud doesn't want to be undisputed. Nah, I don't think he going for it. Lala, let me be honest with you, Lala. I don't think he going for that welterweight. I think he sees the political divide being too big, man. I don't think he has the patience, if you will, to want to stand and deal with all of that. And the waiting them out, the diva attitudes, the can't cross the street, Bob Arum don't got enough money to make the fights. It's just too much. And I don't think Bud will have the patience to just wait. It's not like it was at 140, where you had one man that had two belts and he had two. It was a lot easier to do. But when the belts are scattered around as they are at welterweight, Manny Pacquiao having one. He got one. Earl got one. Sean got one. It's just going to be too long. And I don't think Bud just got the patience to wait. Look what he's going through to just try to get one of them in the ring. To now have to get 2 or 3 more of them in the ring. He ain't going to do it, man. He going to get out of there. You know what I mean? Smitty Smith says, back to Gary Russell Jr., whom I dig, is talking real greasy about fighters that have made more money in one fight than Russell has made in his whole career. Is somebody on the shelf because of that? Was you trying? Hold on. Back to Gary, whom I dig. I'm talking real greasy about fighters that have made more money in one fight than Russell has made in his whole career. It's not. I don't think you trying to implicate like he jealous or something. I don't think he jealous, like especially no Tank or no Leo. You know what I'm saying? I think he just want to fight him. Bro, people always like to say, yo, Gary be inactive and he don't get up for these fighters. You even got bums that don't even want to face Gary Russell Jr. because they want to price themselves out. He ain't getting up for these dudes. He wants the big fights and he deserves them as the WBC champion. I mean, I can't say that man won a challenge. He ain't had a challenge really. Honest, JoJo Diaz gave him a good challenge. But since Loma, Johnny Gonzalez was easy work. He ain't had a challenge since. The man won a challenge. And he deserved to be compensated. The man is a reigning champion, been reigning for, I think he is is he the longest reigning WBC champion in boxing? I'm telling you, man. Renee Box Young says Ugas is amazing too. Yeah, he is. Ugas is a good fighter. Ugas is a real good fighter. And that Sean Porter fight, man, made everybody start wondering why Earl ain't take him on, why Earl overlooked him. Earl must didn't know that Ugas would bring such an exciting fight. Plus, name recognition-wise, Ugas wasn't a big name, but it still was a good fight. It would have been still a good fight to watch. Low Blow Champ says Brook was doing well early in that fight. A shame he broke down. He cracked Spence a few times. He did. He hurt Spence. I want to say that was the fourth. It was either the fourth or the fifth. Hurt him real good, man. Push him up against that's when Spence backed up against the ropes and even tightened up for a while until he got it back together. He recovered, but he did get buzzed. Rocket Strike says Earl can carry stamina through the fight, but we all know that your energy is zapped when your opponent is hunting you down in your chest all night. Spence never had that. He never. Not like Sean gonna do it. And I believe that Sean has fought fighters on the level of Earl Spence. I mean, elite. He's been in there with a lot of eliteness, from Devin Alexander. You know what I mean? To Keith Thurman, to Danny Garcia, to Kell Brook. These were in their prime fighters when he fought them. Win, lose, or draw. He knows what it takes to win on that level. The question is, does Earl? He's done it on the amateur level. He's humiliated the B class. But what does he do on the elite level against a prime champion that's going to come and bring a fight to him? Questions will be answered. I'm telling y'all, man. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Bud don't care about those belts anymore. He wants names. He should. He already done conquered every belt at a weight class. Belts shouldn't be nearly as important to Bud at this point in his career. It shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Ain't no belt should get in the way of Bud fighting no big name fighter. Not at this point. Not when you already recognize as the number 1 pound for pound fighter. What's the belt going to do? Belt ain't going to stop the fact that you still the number 1 pound for pound fighter. A belt don't make you number 1 pound for pound fighter. It doesn't. It's who you beat and how you beat them. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Boy, Rocky Strikes 89 says Earl can. Already read that. Low Blow Champ says facts. Brooks don't get his props, but he gave his all versus Spence and Triple G, two of the most dangerous in the game to this day, all day. And you'll definitely see me giving them credit. If you don't get credit nowhere on YouTube, you get credit right here. I always big that fight up all the time. I always tell the story of Kell Brook because ain't nobody else gonna tell it. Ain't nobody gonna tell about how people avoided him. Ain't nobody gonna talk about how Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, how Sean didn't really want a rematch. We can get all into that. That story gonna get told here all the time. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Lala D says if Bud wants names, he needs to see Spence for sure. They absolutely both men. This both. Danny Garcia, the day he retired, I am not letting this out of Danny Garcia's legacy. Bud been calling Danny Garcia out his whole entire career. I ain't letting that go. If Danny retires without fighting Bud, I'm bringing that up heavy. Like, yeah, Danny was a good fighter. Yeah, he did his thing at 140, blase, blah. But at the end of the day, he never gave Bud a rematch. And he was the true ducker of Bud. It ain't Earl. Earl is just the popular fighter. He's the guy that everybody believes is the guy that gives Bud that work. But Danny got the history. They got the rivalry. That's just bad. Danny ain't even mentioning Bud. They got the history. They the ones that fought back in the day. What they 1-1? They got the rivalry. 1-1 in the amateurs. He don't even want to break the tie in the pros. That's who really gonna look bad if they retire without fighting Bud. Earl just the dude right now. Like I say, he's the popular fighter. He's the golden child right now, if you will. You know what I mean? And that's cool. That happens every era of boxing has golden childs. It just happens where the fans take heed to a certain fighter for whatever reason. That's Earl right now. And that's why the Bud situation falls in his lap. Bud sees him, oh, you the biggest threat at this weight class, and guess what? I'm coming at the biggest threat. But Danny don't make no sense, man. 92 AKU say Spence by murder. I got my man Nelson Santos in the building. Salute to the #1 pound for pound boxing stream on YouTube all day. Salute to you, Nelson Santos. Salute to you, fam. 92, what's up, homie? What's goody, man? Smash that ever-loving like button. Hit the joint right now. Matter of fact, hit it 2-3 times to make sure that you see it turn blue. Hit that for the fam. It's Thursday night, man. We putting in work, man. We putting in work. I got Valkyris in the building. What up, fam? Ugas best Bud in the amateurs. Yeah, I heard that. Ugas is a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. And credit to Sean for getting the win over Ugas, whether you think he won or lost. Still got to give him credit. He did beat a Cuban boxer. That ain't easy to do, especially with one who's determined as Ugas to get his name up there. Ugas is a good boxer. He's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a real good fighter. You got to give credit to Sean for actually beating him or somebody hooking him up or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Low Blow Champ says Porter can rough him up. He got to be careful, though. Spence is going to load up and a big hook or uppercut and try to catch him slipping, catch him coming in. That's the name of the game. That's what everybody talking about. He is going to catch Sean coming in, right on the chin. That's what everyone believes. I believe the fact that Sean likes to duck under punches. I don't want to get too much into it. Sean likes to duck low. And I believe that Sean's sides, the ribs, I think that's going to be the area that Earl Spence Jr. focuses on. I think he's going to try to get Sean to kind of trying to duck up under punches. And he's going to try to go downstairs. Hit him over the top. That's what I think is going to start happening. Watch. And that's what Earl's going to see. And that's another thing. How is Earl's going to fight a short fighter coming at him? This ain't a tall dude. This ain't Kell Brook. This ain't Ocampo. This ain't Lamont. Those were tall, long fighters. Sean is a short, compact guy. He got good reach, but he's short and aggressive. Will Earl's accurate jab and accurate straight left hand and that big hook, that right hook he likes to throw, will those things be as accurate on a short, aggressive fighter? Will Sean be able to walk through that stuff? Man, I'm gonna break this down tomorrow. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. I got what I believe that answers to these questions, and I will explain them tomorrow. But I'm asking y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how y'all feel about it. Lala D says, but in the welterweight division, go for the belts. Go for the belts. Those are big names. Pacquiao one time, Spence, right? Yeah, those are big names, but none of them dudes ain't trying to fight. They ain't trying. I mean, but if we can, it's nothing that he can do, Lala. It ain't nothing he can do. What more can he do? He would love, I think he would take any of those fights in a heartbeat. But he's did everything he can do. Maybe I'm wrong. 92 say Brook. Oh, damn. Hold on, let me get that back. 92 AKU says Brook gets credit, but horrible choice to fight Triple G. Got big balls, though. Yeah. That's the worst thing Eddie Hearn has ever allowed. Kell Brook is one of the things that Eddie Hearn doesn't like to talk about if you look at it. Look at when Eddie Hearn speaks on Brook. He keeps it vague, he keeps it fast, he keeps it quick, and he keeps it simple. Eddie knows that's one of the biggest mistakes that he made in his promoting career or whatever. That was one of the biggest mistakes he ever made by allowing Kell Brook to go up to face Gennady Golovkin. And that's why he don't like to speak on it. And that's why he don't even like to barely speak on Kell. He keeps it simple and keeps it fast, and he moves on to the next subject fast every time he brings up Kell Brook because he's embarrassed about the fact that what he did. And he's also embarrassed about the fact that he hasn't pulled that Amir Khan fight. But most importantly, he damaged Kell. There was no way when Kell Brook was with Frank Warren that he would have allowed that. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. Valkyrie says Uga's best. Oh, already read that. Yeah, we read that. Rocky Strikes 89 says, fact of the matter is that we got to see how Porter takes Spence's power. If Spence's power ain't all that it's cracked up to be, and Sean downloads that info, then we will see Spence exposed. That's a good point. That's a good point. And I seen somebody in a chat earlier bring up the fact that, Adrian Bronner actually put down Showtime Sean Porter on a flash knockdown. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think Earl's, and see, these are the things that Earl is going to be determined to show into this fight, because one of the best mental things that Sean has done is now invoke the fact that he hasn't stopped Mikey. So Earl is going to go in here trying to put that power on display. I believe. I think he puts that power on display. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nelson Santos in the super chat. Much love to you, famo. Much love to you. I'm not saying Sean is going to win, but it seems like people don't give Sean the credit he deserves. That man puts in work and gets the job done all day. Look here, man. And that's why I think anybody that's hating on Sean Nelson, they just a far-fetched Earl Spence Jr. fan, and you ain't going to reach him. You try all day, but you ain't going to reach him. The fact of the matter is, the reason why, and it's a contradictory thing, the reason why people say that Earl Spence Jr. will be number one after he beats Sean Porter is for a reason. The reason that people say, well, all our questions are answered on Earl after he beats Porter is for a reason. It's because Porter is that dude. It's because Porter is that door. Porter is not this a fighter you disrespect. You don't say this man, Earl Spence, is going to be number one in XYZ if he beats Porter, if you consider Porter a bum. Or if you consider Porter not this and not that. Or you don't respect him. There's a reason why people say that. Because Sean Porter is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter, and he's a good, he's a good champion. I mean, he other than when it came to Earl, everybody else, no hesitation. Now with Earl, I will admit there was hesitation there on Sean's part. But with everybody else, no hesitation. He didn't want to give Brook the rematch, but he claims the IBF screwed him over, whatever. But everybody else, no hesitation. Ugas, no hesitation. Nothing. I don't know, fam. I don't know. But we shall see. Spence pound for pound king with a stoppage. Pound for pound, he definitely is high up on the list. King, Bud still stands there, man. Bud's still there. But, he's definitely high up on the list. And I will definitely rearrange my pound-for-pound rankings if Earl Spence Jr. stops Sean Porter. Right now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, and a lot of people, I don't know if y'all surprised about this or not, Earl Spence Jr. does not make my top 5 pound-for-pound today. That can easily change. But today, he's in my top 10, but top 5 doesn't make my top 5. Doesn't make my top 5. Doesn't have the accomplishments yet. Doesn't have the wins yet. But if he stops this man, we changing the conversation. Let's see. Rocket Strikes 89. It says, Nelson Santos back in the super chat. Salute, family. Salute. I'm not saying Sean is going to, I already read that one. I'm not sure we're going to win, but it seems like people don't give Sean the credit he deserves. Yeah, but we going to give it to him, bro. And I give it to him even before the fight. Win, lose, or draw. Sean is a hell of a fighter. And Kenny Porter raised a good man. That's one thing you got to give him. Nobody can take that away from him. Not at all. You know what I mean? Lala D says that 92. Then his dad better be smart and don't do what Mikey's corner did. I think Mikey took about 4 rounds, way too many, all day. Nah, man. I mean, Sean gonna get to work early, man. I'm with, like we said earlier, Lala. First 2-3 rounds, maybe fill out rounds, but I think Sean goes to work. I think Earl goes, whatever the game plan is, starts to get executed right there. But them fill out rounds, they're gonna be key. It's gonna be key, and whoever wins those fill out rounds, that's gonna be big. That's gonna count later on to that fight if they're gonna go 12 rounds. That's going to be big. Rocket Strike 69 says, if Spence stops Porter, he will have my undivided support all day. Rocket Strike 89, I'm with you there, bro. Same here. Now, I still will ask my bug questions. You know, I still will have some questions, but my placement of Spence amongst the welterweights, my placement of Spence in boxing will be totally clear. It will be totally clear at this point. If he goes in there and gets a clean, flawless victory, it's gonna be clear. But it don't gotta be flawless for me. To get a victory is good, but to get a flawless victory is great. That's all I'm saying. The stop Sean is great. The stop Sean is Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. To beat Sean in a split decision is a good thing. And it still makes him number 1. Don't get me wrong. But it's just a good thing. But to stop Sean, to dominate Sean, that's a great thing. Hashtag levels. 92. Oh, we read that. Lala D says, I tagged myself by accident. All good. Valkyrie says, if Spence knocks out, I would say, I guess you're trying to say Porter. If Spence knocks out Porter before the 3rd, then he's over Loma for me, Bud, Canelo, then Spence. Man, he knocked out Sean before the 3rd. Bruh, I would sit down and have to have a serious conversation, like, and put some names on paper. Like, has anybody ever did anything like this amongst the Lomas, amongst everybody you put in that top 5, the Usyks, the Terrences, the Buds, whoever? Yeah, has anybody done anything like this? Has anybody ever done anything like stop a world champion, in prime champion like this? That conversation in the first 3? No. I don't think nobody else in the top 5 has done nothing like that, bruh. I don't think they have. Oh, if he knocks out Sean. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think it's went down like that, man. 92 says, if Canelo stops Cove, damn, he might be number 1. If Canelo stops Cove, will he be number 1? Tough. Oh, man, think about it. Will he be number 1? It'll be close. There's just things like that I don't want to answer quickly and lightly. I want to actually put some thought into that. It'll be close. If he stops Cole, but if Earl stops Sean, or if Sean stops Earl, either way, is that a bigger victory than if Canelo stops Kovalev? Is that a big? Which one do you consider the bigger victory? Which one would y'all consider? Would you consider these two right here, a win over one another, as a bigger victory than Canelo over Kovalev? Canelo is up, damn, to be great though. Canelo is going up to a higher weight class, 175, fighting a world champion who's coming off a big win himself against he beat Anthony Yard. That would be huge. I don't know. I don't know if this is bigger than that. You can't forget about that weight jump. It's gonna be close. That's really close. Canelo may be taking the bigger risk because these are two fighters in the same weight class. They're two world champions, two dynamic ass fighters. But Canelo is actually going up not one, but 2 weight classes to fight a world champion. No, fight fan. We got to have that conversation. We'll see. We'll see in the aftermath of all of this. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Box TJA says yes. I think that might be big. The more I think about this boxing TJA, you might be right, but that's huge. I mean, he's going up 2 weight classes. That's big. That's like saying one of these fighters going up to face Jamal Charlo or Gennady Golovkin. That's the same equivalent. Yeah, that's big. Ronnie Boy Fresh says Canelo was doing shit jokers are scared to do all day. Well, at least this time it ain't come with catch weights. At least this time it ain't come with all these rehydration clauses and a bunch. At least I've heard. I mean, I've heard rumors of a rehydration clause, but I haven't seen anything yet. But at least he didn't try to cut too many corners. You know what I'm saying? And that's what most thing I'm happy about. Valkyrie says, I'm a Bud fan, but Canelo and Spence are coming for that pound for pound. Damn. Will Canelo and Spence ever make it to the ring to see each other if both of them in the top 5 pound for pound? Riddle me that. Oscar speaking on it like it's a possibility. We'll see. We'll see. Lala D says Canelo literally handed Charlo a belt and ducked Andre, and he still gets celebrated. Not to mention they created one out of thin air. Not don't forget the mythical, what is it? I forget, the franchise belt. The one that they created in thin air that has no mandatory. And this is what... Hey, look, man, I don't care what nobody say. That counts against the fighter, man. When a sanctioning body protects a fighter from his mandatory because he's such a good fighter, that can be counted against the fighter. Even in this pound for pound hunt. I mean, I don't know, man, because that to me is basically being hooked up in one way or another. And we all know through the years, Canelo's got more than one hookup or another. I mean, he's got more hookups than any fighter out there. Yeah, the cash cow. But he got the WBC in his back pocket. Mauricio Suleiman would definitely never speak an ill word about Canelo. Canelo, oh, we love Canelo. He just tested positive for clenbuterol. So what? We still love him. The WBC Clean Boxing Program caught him. It doesn't matter. He just vacated your belt and he said, screw the WBC. Oh, Canelo, please come back. We'll make a Canelo belt. We'll call it the Saul Canelo Alvarez, Huko's Mayan, belt. Franchise belt. Man, they kissed that man ass. He get hooked up, Joe. He get hooked up. You know what I mean? He get hooked up, man. But we've been going for an hour and 37 minutes, fight fans. This has been a long episode. You know what I'm saying? This is way longer than I usually do my normal hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to shut it down. I'm starting to tie it down a little bit. I want to say the remaining energy that I got for tomorrow when we do a thorough breakdown for styles, when we get into the prediction, we lay it all on the line. I give a whole prediction on how I think this fight's going to go, what round, if it's going to be a KO, who's going to win, how they're going to win, the whole 9 yards. We'll get into that tomorrow after the weigh-in. Let's make sure that these two fighters make weight. Sean, we don't know if you're going to have to cut a braid, you know what I'm saying, or cut one of them Samson locks you got up there or whatever's going on with your head, man. Like, you're going to have to cut something, you know what I mean? We don't know. I want to see if these two fighters make weight comfortably, how they look on the scales. Is anybody looking drained? Anybody looking dry? You know what I'm saying? I need to see all that. Before I make a final prediction. And that's going down tomorrow night. So come on back here tomorrow night, fight fans, and it's going down. We will be live on Saturday night, and we will be turned on Saturday night. I'm telling you now. It's going to be super exciting. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be yelling. I'm going to be turned up because it's fight night. And if you don't like it, then go to somebody else who's going to bore you to death. But we're going to be turned up in this thing Saturday night. We're going to be turned up. I want to see all of y'all here because we're going to have a lot to talk about all day. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me tonight. Hit the thumbs up for the homie, man. If you didn't hit it on the way in, make sure you hit it on the way out. You know what I'm saying? We showing love tonight, man. We putting in work on a Thursday night off the late night. We talking boxing, still down on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be here, man. Much love to everybody that support me. Much love to everybody in the chat. Much love to everybody over at Main Man Made Man's Boxing Forum. Much love to all of y'all, man. All day. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. Stay stressed and sucker free. That is an order. You know what I'm saying? Do not let nobody steal your joy under any, I repeat, any circumstances. Now, let's check this out. You got to go to work tomorrow. You got to get up tomorrow. You got to go because you got bills. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you're going to do. Tomorrow is Friday. You're going to go to work in some jeans and a white tee like this. And you're going to go and tell your boss that it's dressed down Friday. He's going to say, where your suit and tie? Why you ain't dressed casual? Why you ain't looking in your work clothes? You're going to say it's casual Friday. And if it ain't casual Friday, every Friday from here on out, it's casual Friday around this son bitch. And it's going down because I make this place move all day. Much love to y'all. Have a great night. And I catch up with y'all tomorrow. To the next one. Peace out.